Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Thursday, January 25 Days of Our Lives recap states that Chad DiMera discovered Everett Lynch composing his letter of resignation, which sparked a debate between Chad's commitment to his family and his journalistic ethics. Chad argued that the story would be different if the police had truly discovered anything at the bistro during the raid, but Everett believed everything should be included. Everett chose to stay rather than step down, as scheduled after Chad promised not to have any say in stories going forward. Next, on Thursday's edition of Days, Trip Johnson was meant to assist Stephanie Johnson and Wendy Shin with the geocaching scavenger hunt organization, but he got sidetracked. Trip became anxious when Stephanie clarified that she was assisting Alva Vitali in managing the PR situation at the bistro, since he had assumed this was about her mother. Wendy offered to attempt to hack the bistro's POS system and see what information she could find out after Stephanie departed on Thursday's DOLO show, but Trip didn't want Wendy getting involved. Trip actually appeared worried that Wendy was seeing the son of Alva Vitali romantically, but she understood he was a unique individual and loved him nonetheless. As Trip led Wendy to the bedroom for a passionate moment, Sloan Peterson Brady appeared at the Salem Police Department to represent Ava and Stefan DiMera. When Stefan and Ava were questioned by Rafe Hernandez and Harris Michaels regarding their visits to Clyde Weston at Statesville, Stefan said he angrily confronted Clyde about what had happened to Abigail DiMera. Ava acknowledged that Clyde approached Trip in an attempt to persuade her to work for him, but she claimed to have been convincing when she denied him. When Harris pointed out Ava's dishonesty, Sloan said that this was almost harassment and maintained that her clients were leaving because the police weren't taking them into custody. Ava defied Stefan and Sloan's attempts to persuade her out of it after she stated that she wanted to speak with Harris in private. When Harris and Ava were alone, he encouraged her to tell the truth and assured her that he could support her. Harris was told by Ava that it would be better for everyone if he backed off, but he refused because he loved her. Ava returned the kiss when Harris pulled her close. Everett and Chad were back at The Spectator when they discussed the geocaching scavenger hunt, which the publication was supporting in spite of Xander Cook's, Paul Telfer, protests. Chad appeared interested when the topic of Everett's meal at Stephanie's apartment arose, but he made it clear that he wasn't envious. Whether they chose to remain friends or go further, Chad wished Everett and Stephanie all the best. Stephanie entered the room and asked what they were talking about after Everett commended Chad for being so calm about it. Everett received notice that Ava and Stefan were being questioned at the police station after he pretended it was the geocaching scavenger hunt. Before Everett left, Chad made sure he didn't mind, as Everett had thought he wouldn't if he went there to investigate. When Stephanie questioned him about it, Chad revealed the most recent incident with Stefan and his argument with Everett. Now that Stephanie was handling public relations for the bistro, she was happy that Chad had left the eatery out of the drug raid narrative, especially since the police reported finding nothing. Stephanie was relieved that they were maintaining harmony because Chad acknowledged that Everett was a really nice guy now that they had gotten to know him. Stephanie gave a forlorn hug to Chad as the session came to an end. On Thursday's episode of Days, Ava made a big deal out of slapping Harris over the kiss back at the Salem Police Department. Before Alva could say that Rafe should tell his police officers to keep their damn hands off her, there was a disturbance, and Sloan recommended that they file a complaint. Ava started toward the door, wanting nothing more than to get out of there. When Everett persisted in asking Stefan questions, Sloan ended up quoting him about how incompetent the police were at their job. Regarding Rafe, he'd addressed Harris about his improper behavior with Ava and appeared to be unhappy. On Thursday's episode of Days, Johnny DiMera surprised Channel Dupree in the town square with her new engagement ring because it was ready earlier than expected. A massive blue diamond encased in Venetian glass, it was Johnny's wish to have something special and memento of their trip to Italy. Additionally, Johnny mentioned that Elizabeth Taylor's finger formerly had this unique stone. Chanel showed off her new jewelry in Paulina Price's office, making her mother shriek with delight. Paulina began organizing her wedding since Valentine's Day was quickly approaching. But after Paulina received updates from her oncologist, who called to let her know that her surgery wouldn't be happening for another 2 months, the atmosphere darkened. Paulina seemed apprehensive, but Johnny offered to pull some levers to expedite the time frame, and she agreed that was fine. Paulina urged on celebrating with Chanel, Johnny, and Abe Carver, James Reynolds, tonight, claiming that it would allow her to concentrate on the wedding. Stay into Days of Our Lives as spoilers indicate that Paulina still has some health-related issues. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Salem is going to see some exciting developments soon. Here's a little peek at what DUL fans can expect from the upcoming sweeps in February, which promises some exciting turns and love landmarks. Let's start by discussing a few Valentine's Day surprises. The geocaching scavenger hunt is going to be a big success because of the organizing done by Stephanie Johnson, Wendy Shin, and Trip Johnson. It will be intriguing to see what is in store for this treasure hunt, especially since Days is making a big deal out of it. Plenty of Salemites will take part in this Valentine's-themed event, so it'll definitely be worth checking in for. Naturally, John Black and Marlena Evans will probably want to spend Valentine's Day at home in a low key, but this should be the quiet before the storm. Steve Johnson is powerless to stop the impending chaos since John's past as the pawn is finally coming up with him. This is especially true because Konstantin Melianis is motivated to cause trouble based on what he knows. On a brighter side, Steve and Kayla Johnson may experience some difficulty as a result of Stephanie's surprise anniversary brunch. It sounds like Stephanie would try to serve Kayla and Steve breakfast in bed, or do something else lovely and sentimental for her parents. If Stephanie happens to walk in on Steve and Kayla indulging in some morning love, she might make everyone look foolish. According to teasers for other days, Theresa Donovan is going to uncover an amazing find when she comes upon an engagement ring. Theresa may discover the new bling while doing a load of laundry or something similar. As it turns out, she will find it in Alex Kyriakis' pocket. The date of Johnny DeMera and Chanel Dupree's wedding is approaching. Johnny and Chanel intend to remarry, so they'll have to work through any issues that arise before their formal remarriage. We also need to discuss 2 aspects of the DOL ad that were shown during Day of Days, but haven't yet come to pass. During the February sweeps, the Horton house will catch fire, and Harris Michaels will sustain significant injuries from a gunshot wound at that same time. Is there any way the instances may be related? Depending on who starts the fire and pulls the trigger, that may be the case, but Everett Lynch should be looked into for both offenses. It's important to remember that Everett may be hiding mental health problems from his coma, as there have been some indications of this. Leo Stark is ready to reveal that Stephanie spent the night with Harris, even if it was a very benign night. If Everett experiences blackouts or has a split personality as a result of such mental health problems, he may want to get revenge on Harris. In any case, once February sweeps begin, someone will definitely send Harris to the hospital and also set fire to the Horton residence. Stay tuned for updates on all the chaos as some incredible sequences from Days of Our Lives are reportedly coming up. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.